Hello, and welcome back to the Everyday Speaking Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah.
And I'm John. We are so glad to have you with us today. On this podcast, we help you upgrade your English one conversation at a time.
Exactly. And today, we're diving into a topic that is universal, something we all do every single day. We're talking about daily activities and routines.
That's right. It might sound simple, but describing your day is one of the most common and practical things you'll do in English. Whether you're making small talk with a coworker or catching up with a friend, this vocabulary is essential.
It really is. So, we're going to break down the day into three parts: the morning rush, the workday grind, and the evening wind down. We'll give you plenty of useful phrases and expressions along the way.
Sounds like a plan. Let's start at the very beginning. Sarah, I have to ask, are you an early bird or a night owl?
Oh, I am 100% an early bird. I love getting up before the sun rises. The world is so quiet and peaceful then. What about you, John? I have a feeling I already know the answer.
You can say that again. I am definitely not a morning person. My alarm goes off at 7, but I usually hit the snooze button at least twice. I really struggle to get up.
Hit the snooze button. That's a classic phrase. So you prefer to have a bit of a lie-in if you can.
Absolutely. When I finally drag myself out of bed, I'm pretty groggy until I've had my first cup of coffee. That's non-negotiable. I need it to perk up.
Right. So you're not fully awake until you've had some caffeine. I get that. So what's your routine after the caffeine works its magic?
Well, once I'm feeling a bit more human, I'll hop in the shower. After that, I get dressed, and then I'll quickly whip up some breakfast, usually just some toast or a bowl of cereal. I tend to run out of time, so I often have to eat on the go.
Whip up breakfast and eat on the go. Those are great natural sounding phrases. My morning is the complete opposite. I like to wake up around 5:30, do some stretches, and then sit down with a proper breakfast and read the news. I'm a real creature of habit.
A creature of habit. That means you like having a set routine. See, I'm just not that organized in the morning. I'm usually rushing around trying to find my keys before I head out the door.
It sounds chaotic. So, for our listeners, some key phrases for the morning are to wake up, which is when your eyes open, and to get up, which is when you physically get out of bed, and of course, John's favorite, to hit the snooze button.
Don't forget early bird for morning people like Sarah and night owl for people like me who prefer to stay up late. Okay, so once we finally made it out of the house, we have to face the workday.
Yes, the workday grind. What's the first thing you do when you get to the office, or for many of us now, when you sit down at your desk at home? Before we jump into the workday, let's talk a bit more about the commute. That's a big part of the morning for many people. How do you get to work, John?
First things first, I fire up my computer and catch up on emails that came in overnight. There are always dozens. I try to reply to the urgent ones right away to get them out of the way. I usually take the train. It's about a 45-minute journey. I use that time to listen to podcasts or catch up on the news. It's my little bubble of me time before the chaos of the office begins.
Good strategy. Fire up the computer and catch up on emails. Very common expressions. After emails, how does your day typically pan out?
Well, it's usually a mix of tasks. I'll have a team meeting in the morning to touch base with my colleagues, then I'll knuckle down and focus on my main project for a few hours. That means to focus and work really hard.
Right, to knuckle down. I find that I'm most productive in the morning, so I try to tackle my most difficult tasks before lunch. Do you take a proper lunch break?
I try to. Around 1 o'clock, I usually grab a bite to eat. Sometimes I bring a packed lunch from home. Other times I'll pop out to get a sandwich. It's important to step away from the desk to recharge.
I agree. Grabbing a bite to eat is a great informal way to say you're getting some food. What about that afternoon slump, though? Around 3 p.m. when your energy just disappears.
Oh, I know it well. That's when I make another cup of coffee. If I have a tight deadline, I just have to power through it. But some days it's a real struggle, especially if I'm swamped with work.
Swamped with work is a fantastic idiom. It means you have a huge amount of work to do, like you're drowning in it. And to power through means to keep going even when it's difficult.
Exactly. The last hour of the day is usually spent wrapping things up. I will make a to-do list for the next day so I can hit the ground running in the morning.
That's a smart move. To hit the ground running means to start something immediately with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. Okay, so the workday is finally over. We've powered through, we've wrapped things up. What's next? How do you unwind?
For me, the first thing I do is change out of my work clothes. That helps me switch off from work mode. Then, a few days a week, I try to hit the gym for a workout. It's a great way to de-stress.
Totally. To switch off is perfect for describing that mental shift from work to personal time. My way of unwinding is a bit different. I love to put on some music and cook. I find it really therapeutic to prepare a nice meal after a long day.
That sounds lovely. I'm not much of a cook, so dinner for me is usually something simple. After dinner, I like to just kick back on the sofa.
Kick back, another great relaxed phrasal verb. It just means to relax. So when you're kicking back, what are you doing? Reading a book, scrolling through your phone?
Most of the time, I'll put on the TV. I might catch up on a series I'm following, or if I'm really tired, I'll just zone out in front of some reality show.
I think we all need to zone out sometimes. That's when you're not really thinking or concentrating, just staring blankly. I do that too, especially if I've been binge watching a new show. It's so easy to lose track of time.
Oh, binge watching is a dangerous game. Suddenly it's midnight and you have to be up in a few hours. I try to call it a day around 11. I'll get ready for bed, maybe read a few pages of a book, and then it's lights out.
Call it a day is a great way to say you're stopping what you're doing, especially work. And finally, you can hit the hay or turn in. Both are informal ways to say you're going to bed.
And then it all starts over again. It's amazing how many specific phrases we use just to describe a single day.
It really is. Well, this has been a fantastic chat, John. I feel like we've covered a lot of ground.
Me too. So let's do a quick recap for our listeners. In the morning, you can get up, perk up with coffee, and whip up some breakfast. You might be an early bird or a night owl.
During the workday, you can catch up on emails, knuckle down on tasks, and maybe power through an afternoon slump if you're swamped at work.
And in the evening, you can unwind, kick back, and maybe binge watch a series before you call it a day and hit the hay.
That's a perfect summary. And that just about brings us to the end of today's episode. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community of English learners. And here's a little challenge for you. Try to use at least 3 phrases from today's episode in your own conversation tomorrow. Stay consistent, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next episode of Everyday Speaking Podcast. Upgrade your English one conversation at a time.